settled on. If anybody has anything in the comments, let me know if there's a better solution for this, but I think I just heard the buzzer, so I'm gonna go because I'm always running late for my races. Let's get it. Turns out running actually didn't save my mental health, and that may come as a surprise to you all that have been following me for a while. We are back with another race day, Soldier Field, 10 miler, nothing too crazy, nothing I haven't been able to do before. All right, time for the 15K. Ooh, let's go. I'm encouraging everybody. I was like, 5 more to go. They were looking at me like I was crazy.
You have found the finish line after 13.1 miles. I know you want.
You don't know, I ran a marathon on no prep a few months back and have been running ever since. And I know that sounds extreme, but that's just a testament to where I was mentally
Testing
at that
1,
time.
2, 3.
This is a video I've been wanting to do for a while to bring awareness to mental health and just how externally presenting people still can internally struggle, because I think that's something a lot of people have a hard time with. Depression, anxiety doesn't have a face or doesn't have a look. And I think the more people come out and talk about this and destigmatize it, the better our world can be. There was a period of my life where I temporarily fostered a cat. I ended up having to take it back because the one that they gave me, its stomach was like imploding. It needed more help than I could give, and also I was hoping that the purrs would help soothe me. I was literally not doing well. Spoiler alert, I ended up getting on Wellbutrin. Today is day 1 of taking mental health medication. Had a telehealth visit with a psychiatrist 2 days ago, and she said I was 100% ADHD, I have CPTSD, anxiety, and depression. And I said, so I'm good at something. I've been on Wellbutrin for the last 7 days, but I didn't realize how stigmatized mental health was even with myself until fairly recently. And I think that made it more difficult for me to take it seriously, but we'll get into that a little bit further into today's video. It feels kind of counterproductive for a video like this, but really does help the channel grow if you click subscribe, click the like button, and let's jump into it. I've struggled with mental health stuff pretty much my entire life for as long as I can remember. When I was 12, I got diagnosed with debilitating panic disorder, panic attacks. If you've never had those, thank your lucky stars. They're absolute hell. I feel so much anxiety. Every time I hear a door close, somebody go up the stairs, I feel like somebody's gonna break in and do something really awful to me. One of the things that really triggered me, and I can't remember if it was before or after I started medication at that time, but I used to have a fear of being poisoned. And it wasn't until I was looking into a few things recently that I realized that that can also be an overlap in OCD symptoms. A lot of the symptoms, especially for women, are very overlapping.
POV, you are a woman trying to get diagnosed for literally anything at the doctor's office. I am a nurse. Okay, so it says right here that you're battling with your foot falling off. By any chance, when was your last period? It says that your heart has stopped beating. Are we sexually active? It says in your file that your eyes are literally falling out of your face and your brain is inverted. Are we using condoms?
So I've always found my anxiety gets triggered whenever there's instability in life, which is unfortunate because of the fact that life is mostly unstable. It feels more like a symptom of a bigger problem. When I posted that I started Wellbutrin, a lot of people were being like, oh, I'm on that too, or I've taken X, Y, and Z thing. I shouldn't have to take 30,000 steps, have a clean eating regimen, and like 20 hours of sleep in order to be mentally okay. It's a symptom of a bigger problem. So do what you can and take care of yourself, because what the heck else are we supposed to do? Of course, there's periods of your life that may feel like smooth sailing, and that's amazing. But we can't stay there, unfortunately, and growth doesn't happen there, and it would make for kind of a boring life. There's room for nuance in all of this. There's this one podcast I like to listen to called Wild Geese, and in it, she talks of this one Substack article on how we should honor boredom. And in the article titled, Are You Boring Enough to Be Successful by Layla Shakely, there's one part I wanted to read in particular. It's called Excellence is Boring. Look closely at anyone who's achieved mastery in their field, the best-selling author who writes 1,000 words every morning regardless of inspiration, the athlete who completes the same drills thousands of times, the entrepreneur who spent years refining one core product before the overnight success. They all share one trait: they've made peace with monotony. Success isn't exciting, it's brutally repetitive. And that's something I've definitely struggled with over the years, especially as my mental health has declined. It's been harder and harder to sit in boredom, and that is also directly correlated to my view of my body, as odd as that may sound. And in this article, she also talks about emotional regulation is a hidden inheritance. Emotional regulation is a hidden form of generational wealth. And like regular wealth, it's not impossible to create without the inheritance, but it is harder. And as you get older and you start to begin to reparent yourself, it's hard to hold space for the fact that a lot of our families just weren't given the tools, or there was no therapy speak before to be able to even understand like what was even going on. But you're also just so upset that you have to do all of this. At the end of the day, at some point you become an adult and you have to sit with that dysregulation and learn to regulate your emotions. Try to find a balance, try to strike a chord between self-help and just being, which is something I'm still looking for. I'm hoping through being medicated, it will also help me to just be able to sit. Anytime that I've been like this, I've been thankful because my mental health is clean, clear, and under control. But in reality, I'm also like, okay, what's next? Evolutionarily speaking, that is the purpose of life for me, is to grow and to evolve and do better. And I always want to challenge that. I became my own project, which has been the worst for my depression. And this kind of goes hand in hand with an article I just started reading called Self-Help, Self-Care, and Grind Culture Are All Coercive Systems Disguised with Positivity by Aisha Khan. It says, when capitalism says jump, we say how high, but do we say F you and survive with our self-worth intact and a will to live? How can we know we matter in this world? And then it talks about how she's been feeling a lot of guilt and shame around her lack of producing enough and excelling by capitalistic standards. I don't necessarily know how I feel about the correlation between capitalism and self-worth. I think it's really hard for me to untangle as somebody that had a previous super religious upbringing and as somebody that really defined her worth from tap dancing and performing. And that's something I talk about further into the video. And depression's new for me. I didn't realize I was depressed until around 2-3 years ago, which is odd because I've always been a pretty happy-go-lucky person. And anytime I've hit any walls in life, I always use other previous experiences to pull from where I thought, man, I was fortunate, or man, things could get better, or something random happened. It proved to me that just because you're in a certain situation at that given moment doesn't mean it'll be your forever. Until like 2-3 years ago, then something changed. I was like, okay, I know where I'm at and I know where I want to be, kind of ish. I had never seen what womanhood could look like if you weren't settled down and married, without really analyzing if it was something that I wanted. And I'm still analyzing that. I don't want decisions that I make moving forward to feel compulsive at all. I've never been one to just do anything. I left a religious cult, moved out at 17. With that came decisions that I don't feel as good about now. It's only once you get the things that you really thought would bring you this sense of peace that you can really analyze, whose life was this that I was trying to live? Were these decisions my values? And like have a coffee in my hand and title it like Forgot Who I Am, because truly have forgotten who I am. If things didn't immediately take off because I was so used to instant gratification and instant success, I would then backtrack and continue doing things that didn't align with myself. And one of the things I've been trying to learn to do is to let go of control, because that's just honestly the simple fix, if it is simple.
Yeah.
I don't know how many more races I'm going to do until I get my degree back, so I hope I PR, because I tried today. Here at the after party, some say Beyonce and Nickelback will make an appearance. In fact, some say she's already on the stage. I gotta go.
Flash forward, I will say, although running hasn't completely alleviated my mental health struggles, it has changed my personality, and that is for sure.
Starting in the middle of a field, and then we just lap around a few times. I'm aiming for 2 hours for the half. Honestly, probably not even gonna care though.
I mean, if you would have told me even a year ago that I would be happily running in circles for medals and meeting the coolest people and rewriting my body image all in one fell swoop due to running, I would tell you that you're batshit crazy. Yet here we are, months into running, and it truly has not only altered my personality, but changed my life in ways even a past version of me couldn't comprehend. It's taught me grit. It's given me appreciation for my body that I didn't have before, based outside of aesthetics. And most importantly, it's given me a new appreciation as well as a curious approach to life in general. Good things come when you least expect them. They come right on time. They aren't always simple, but you'll know if it's worth the effort. But with that, fitness cannot be the one-size-fits-all approach to your mental health. Sometimes maybe getting professional help is a good, viable option for the time being. This isn't a forever choice for me. I don't think there should be any shame, and I'm telling myself that as I tell you this, in getting help. I just want this to be a safe space. I did run the race. I did get a medal. I did pretty well, but I really want to focus on prioritizing my health. It's easy to get on here, it's easy to flex, it's easy to do a little dance, but the reality is that I haven't been doing okay mentally, and I have to show you all that. All of that to say, please take care of yourself. Not everybody should be on medicine or needs to be on medicine, but there also is no harm in trying something if you are mentally not doing well. I'll keep you posted. Check my TikTok because I will be talking more about mental health on there. Thank you so much for the love and support. I hope you like this video. It's more raw and real. And until next time, take care of yourselves, and I will see you so soon. Bye.